All right, I'm getting the thumbs up from the back, so I guess there's a few more people filtering in here. And we'll get started. All right. So, good morning and welcome to everyone. My name is Kyle, and I'm your MC today. I'm pleased to welcome you to our community center here, and for those joining us online via Facebook and YouTube, this is Kansas City Oasis. We've been around since 2014. Oasis is the premier secular alternative to faith-based communities. We welcome all, regardless of beliefs or non-belief, race, gender, sexual orientation or identity, or any other trait we feel the human experience is better when it is shared, and we're happy that you're here to share it with us this morning, and we've got a great program for you. So, let me advance here. Oasis, we gather around our 5 core values, and those are: people are more important than beliefs. I'm even sporting the shirt today. Reality is known through reason. Human hands solve human problems. Meaning comes from making a difference, and be accepting, be accepted. And down here you can find a link to our oasis.org to find out more about our philosophies and mission statements and all that good stuff. And our featured program today, it's going to be an awesome program. Our speaker is John Mueter on living in India. Our musical guests, who we'll introduce here in a little bit, but they're the Raytown Arts cast of Alice in Wonderland. And our community moment is going to be brought to you by Robbie Voorhees. So we will bring up our musical guests. Today's musical guests will be a handful of the cast members of the Alice in Wonderland, a musical being put on by the Raytown Arts Council. This is not the Disney version. Ooh, all right. Here to tell us more is their director, Jessica Drake. So let's welcome the Raytown artists to the stage here, and they'll tell us a little more about what's going on and introduce themselves.
Jessica Drake. I am representing here today Raytown Arts along with several of my cast members. Raytown Arts was actually founded in 1995 to promote interest and participation in the creative arts for the residents of the Raytown community. They've had a long working relationship with the Raytown School District, and we continue to be dedicated to building bridges with the school district, civic organizations, artistic and business communities, and the city of Raytown. Every summer, we do a large family-friendly musical. Past productions have been things like Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Little Shop of Horrors, The Wizard of Oz, and just last year we did Willy Wonka. So I've been involved in all of these shows, and this year it is my privilege to direct Alice in Wonderland. So this is, thank you. This is a brand new script and actually a Kansas City premiere, and we will be performing at the brand new Raytown South Performing Arts Center. Tickets for the show are available at raytownmoarts.com. So today we have Alice's mother and our Queen of Hearts, Miss Taylor Hurth, the March Hare / 2 of Hearts, Stephen Howard, our 7 of Hearts, our choreographer and a member of our ensemble, Tracy McClung, our 5 of Hearts and a member of our ensemble, Denise Deckard, and our Caterpillar, also appearing as a member of the ensemble, Robin Carol Dolce. So the first number we're bringing to you today begins as Alice, upset that her new book has no pictures and her mother will not allow her to play croquet with the adults. She muses that there must be more wonder in life than she is currently experiencing. With that, magical creatures begin to appear and show her the way to get to Wonderland.
Something's happening to you. Be careful what you wish for, it might come true. Or thought you might be a little bored.
So we have a little
something wonderlandish.
Oh, so grandish, sort of handish for you in soul. There's a place it has everything. sometimes smaller than what it seems.
I don't understand. How can something be big and small at the same time? What? Unexpected ways and you'll see what it might be.
Close your eyes, you know you can see it. All you have to do is believe it. That's how you get to Wonderland.
That's how you get
To Wonderland.
But where is Wonderland?
Neither here nor there.
Sometimes up.
Sometimes down. Or somewhere in between.
Oh, no, not again. So far, it's close to your nose.
Miles away, you find the road.
When it's tiny, no.
That's how you get to Wonderland.
Still
But
happens to be where Wonderland is.
If you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there.
Come along for
tea and cards croquet in a land so near yet far away. You'll admit you'll find a perfect fit. All of your wonders in one wonderful day. In Wonderland, in the land of
Wonderland. Will you serve me tea? Will you play a game of cards with me? Wonderland to understand. I can't wait to see. I'm sure that I won't mind it.
Oh, we will help you find it. That's how you get to Wonderland. That's how you get to Wonderland. That's how you get. Never forget. You won't regret. Just follow me one little leap, and you will be in Wonderland.
So, one of the stranger creatures Alice meets while wandering around Wonderland is a soda-sipping caterpillar surrounded by singing flowers. He teaches her not to worry, but to be happy.
Oh, I'm a caterpillar, and it's such a thriller to sit among the daisies and the daffodils on my great big mushroom. Isn't it grand? It's just another reason why we love Wonderland.
It's just another reason why we love Wonderland. You mean you just sit there and sip all day?
Yeah, man! Ah, delightful! Oh, I'm a caterpillar, come on now, will ya? Join me in a soda, chocolate or vanilla. Don't worry, be happy.
Don't need to have a plan.
It's just another reason why we live in Wonderland.
It's just another reason why we live in Wonderland.
Oh, maybe one day I'll be a butterfly. Who knows, I might be yellow. But until then, I think that I'll reside on top of this portobello.
Just laying in the sun, chilling out and having fun.
One more sip and then I'm done.
And then we'll bring him another one. You're the most unusual caterpillar I've ever seen. Have you always lived in Wonderland?
Well, I'll tell you that it's been a long time.
And how did you get on top of that mushroom?
Well, a long time ago,
And that is the biggest soda I've ever seen. Why is it so big?
Slow down, ladies. So many questions. But then, Wonderland is full of questions.
I know what you mean. Like, am I still myself? Who is myself? Where should it go? And what are all these curious creatures I've been running into?
I was thinking more like, why do I have so many legs and I don't want to go anywhere, if you get my drift? Oh, I'm so much more than an herbivore. The bodies can be quite nutritious. I'm simply in awe, sipping through my silly straw, a soda that's quite delicious.
Caterpillar.
Oh, sing it, flowers.
Caterpillar.
Sing for hours.
Caterpillar.
Come on, everyone, join in.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar. Such a pretty song.
Caterpillar.
You can sing along.
Caterpillar.
That's me.
Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Marvelous larva who surely can charm ya.
Caterpillar.
You'll find that I am merry if I have a maraschino cherry.
Caterpillar.
Time to sing the coda.
Caterpillar.
I've got a rubber dance with Mother Queen is waiting, she's so crazy.
It's you. Wait.
Don't worry, be happy.
You don't have to understand.
It's just another reason why we love Wonderland.
It's just another reason why
It's
we
just another reason why we love Wonderland. Admit it, it's a thriller just to know this caterpillar.
Oh, to be a caterpillar in Wonderland. Sounds pretty great right now. Okay, so we've got some birthdays this week. We like to celebrate our community members. So actually today, Tony Lear, happy birthday if you see them out there. And July 16th, Taylor Gibson. So make sure you reach out to these people and give them a happy birthday. Also, happy anniversary to, well, one of the longest people I've known in Oasis, Julie and Will. If you don't know them, you should, for real. Dance extraordinaire and nurse extraordinaire. So they're wonderful members of the community. Make sure you introduce yourself if you haven't already. Oh, yep, sorry. Let's see here. July 17th is Will and Julie Manning's anniversary. They met through volunteering here at Oasis. So you never know who you might meet here. And are we still waiting on our featured? Oh, no, we're good. Okay, so we have our community moment coming up here. Oh, where am I going here? I'm sorry. Oh, let's give a big round of applause for our volunteer of the week. There we go. Sorry, I'm rusty. Okay, so okay, so there we go. I need some instructions. My emotional support human isn't in the audience today. All right, Robbie Voorhees found our community last year at Pride Fest and has been an eager volunteer ever since. When Oasis needs to move things, she's been that friend with a truck, which I'm gonna have to hit you up, maybe. Robbie is a fantastic ambassador and enthusiastically promotes our community to any interested new persons. Whenever she's here on Sundays, she's always looking for, or they are always looking for ways to help. This year at the Pride Fest, Robbie spent basically all 3 days representing our Oasis values. So we want to give a big thank you to Robbie and all that they do. Okay, there we go. And, volunteer tasks. So speaking of great volunteers, we're always looking for them. So let's see here. If you see, looking around our community, hold on, sorry. Volunteers are always looking, we're always looking for, geez, ooh, love her. Sunday gatherings in the lobby near the drink station over here where you get your coffee and everything. You'll see these little cool boxes that somebody made for us. Please pick up a card, something that you can help with or something that we need help with. And then when you're finished with it, you can put it in the completed task box. Blue cards are intended for weekly tasks. White cards are for monthly tasks. If you love this secular community, help us keep it going by helping out. So we would appreciate that. And then there we go. All right. And we are also looking for someone to volunteer to make the coffee for the first Sunday of each month. Contact Julie Manning if you are interested in helping out with the coffee, because everybody loves caffeine. I know that. And helping service. One of the great things about Oasis, we do a lot of service projects. Micah Ministries is one of those. It serves hundreds of people meals on Monday evenings from about 5:15 to 7:15. They help anyone, regardless of race, gender, religious or non-religious affiliation, sexual orientation, or any other trait. So come join us and help our less fortunate community members. We can sign up on the Micah Ministries Facebook page, or I'm sure if you find somebody with a yellow lanyard, they can also help you out if you want to volunteer for that. And then the day before KC Fringe Fest, which we've got some information up there for you, starts. You can join us on Thursday for a free sneak preview or a sneak peek at the Fringe events at the Music Theater Heritage inside Crown Center. Doors are going to be at 7:30. Show begins at 8. If you want to, you can meet for food and drinks a little earlier, around 6 p.m., spin pizza. If you see some Oasis people there, we will probably be in the food court hanging out and talking. All right. And then also, we are a host for Fringe again this year. You may have heard that the KCO Oasis Community Center will be hosting Fringe again. There are 5 different shows with multiple performances each day taking place the 18th through the 16th. We will need your help, so if you want to volunteer, we have food and drink concessions available in the lobby for the audience, and it's a great fundraiser for Oasis. So you can scan our QR code, see our posts on Facebook. There's a lot of unclaimed spots to choose from, so we could really use your help and volunteers. And it comes with seeing the show for free. So you get to hang out, meet some new people, do some stuff that helps Oasis, and see some free Fringe. All right, and our book club for those of us that are doing the book club. July's book is Clara and the Sun by, I should have asked on this one, Kazu Ishiguro. Ishiguro? Anybody in there know the? Okay, I'm really sorry. Note that we'll meet at the Prospero Books 2 blocks north of here as Casey Oasis is hosting the Fringe Fest that weekend as well. And obviously more information on the slide here for you, addresses and everything. Again, I'm sure all the information is online. And let's see here, the last Thursday of the month is game night from 7 to 9 p.m. Bring your favorite board games and snacks, and let's roll some dice. Shuffle the cards and make some great memories. So, again, lots of really fun activities coming up, so make sure to get them on your calendar. Rummage sale. This is our second annual Oasis Rummage sale. So if you've got some things lightly used that you want to get rid of, we'd appreciate that. August 7th, 8th, and 9th. We need your donated items for this annual rummage sale. We're looking for items of value in good condition that you're just looking to part ways with. Don't wait. Please bring those items to donate soon here to the Sunday gatherings. No clothing or books, please. I think we've probably got enough of that stuff. So, advancing. All right, here we go. So, we've got our community moment by, hey, none other than Robbie Voorhees. And they come with a warning label and some descriptive characteristics here. So, hyper, charismatic, and helpful. From what I know of her, I agree. And warning, my filter often, or malfunctions often. Same. So, without further ado, I would like to bring up Robbie. So, and Julie.
Can you turn me on, Carrie? Robbie and I are here together because you're welcome. Can I have a chair too? Because I'm a princess. Oh, we don't, no, it's fine. Do you need the clicker? I think we're, oh, you do? Oh, see, we didn't practice this. It's fine. This is how we do things. Where do we want to sit? Can we sit in the front? I want to see your beautiful face. I'm going to basically just be here to facilitate Robbie talking about
This is my
a
emotional
surprise.
support animal.
Emotional support animal. So Robbie, I understand it's about a year anniversary since you joined our amazing community. Tell us, happy anniversary, bestie. How did this anniversary come about? Tell us a little bit.
Well, we did the Pride Parade.
All the way up here.
No, I don't want it that close.
You got it. You got to do it.
So we're doing this because I'm super anxious to be in front of everybody, okay? I'm really good at one-on-one or talking with a small group.
You look at me. It's
But
fine.
having everybody here is like, okay. So I'm going to pretend like I'm
That's
talking
okay.
to Julie. You guys are not here.
Just look at Julie. It's fine.
So
It's okay. I dropped it
No,
for you.
throw it. Thank you.
Okay.
So I did the tabling at Pride this year, which was my 1-year anniversary.
Because I bullied you into it, maybe?
Actually, it was Denise.
Oh, Denise bullied you. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Where is Denise?
She
I
had
didn't
surgery.
even
Oh,
know.
well, we forgive her.
Yes.
But we met you last year because of Pride.
Yes.
And then you're like, wow, Julie's here. We should be best friends.
Absolutely.
And then now we bullied you into doing all the volunteer things. And then you did Pride every day. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about mostly, right?
A little bit.
Okay.
I kind of want to talk about how I found Oasis.
Okay, please do.
And what it means to me.
Okay.
So I went to Pride last year for the first time by myself. I had never gone there by myself, and that in itself was like taking a step out of my comfort zone. And then I saw these guys dancing in their unicorn blow-ups.
Yeah. Hello. We have, and there's photos. Okay, perfect.
And I saw this sign that said secular community, and I was like, oh, I want to check that out. And I went to the table, and I honestly don't remember who I saw at the table.
I'm sure they were great.
I think it was probably Sarah.
It was
if I
probably
had to
Sarah.
guess.
Oh, there's, do you want me to do the clicker?
Maybe.
Okay. Look at that, all those humans.
I can't remember who was there. All I know is that when I was at the table, I was like, I'm definitely going there tomorrow. Because I saw them on Saturday and then Sunday.
Perfect.
And when I first came here, the person that was performing on stage, their songs just hit my soul exactly the way I needed to that day. And I felt so a part of something. When I first walked in these doors, though, I gotta say, I was like, please don't be a cult. Please don't be a cult.
Hey, so how did that work out for you?
It's not a cult.
It's not a cult. Okay, so for those of you who are new, it's not a cult. Okay,
So
good.
I came in and this performer just touched me. Everybody was so friendly and nice. And I had to step outside because I got a call. And while I was outside, I was talking to my friend and I started crying because of what I was going through. I was going through a very big breakup. And Sally and her husband walked by and saw me crying. And they stopped and they hugged me and they gave me their phone number. I hadn't even been here for a half an hour and I had people reaching out to me, letting me know that I was cared for. And I was stuck ever since. I love this place so much. And every time I come here, I just smile and I feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself, which I think is the whole point.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I wanted to share like how much this has helped me be a positive and optimistic person beyond what I already thought I was, and to be surrounded by people who are. Because this world can be very fucking negative.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah, so coming here helps me recharge my optimism after a week of, or two, if I don't make it, of negativity. So yeah, like I wanted to share that with everybody. You guys all make it awesome here. Everybody does.
Yay! Good job, Oasis.
And-
So glad to know those things.
Yeah.
What else? What else is on your mind?
I love volunteering for this community. I love that we don't pass a plate, by the way. Like,
We talked about it. We're like, ew.
if
gross.
there was a plate passing, I would have walked right out.
Oh, click. Hold on. What's up here? Oh, look, there's Robbie volunteering. See this? Do you guys see the sign outside? Robbie fixed it.
Well, and Ben. Go to the next
And Ben.
one.
Oh, and Ben?
And Ben. Ben helped
The
me.
first time I met Ben,
There's
it was
Ben.
because we were talking.
Ben's here.
Ben's here! Yay, Ben!
This is actually Ben's first time being here in like almost a year.
A year. I met Ben because we were gonna fix a door, and
Yeah.
then Robbie got really busy with fireworks, and
Yes.
then I was like, "You're taking too long." But
He's more hyper than me.
then I bullied you into hauling away the bushes we cut down.
Yes. Which they need cut
Man,
down
a
again, by the way.
chainsaw's so fun, guys. If you haven't chainsawed, and then you call Robbie, and then she'll just be like, "Let me take that away for
Yeah.
you."
I got a good burn pit for it.
Yeah. What are there more pictures?
Oh,
Or not
maybe.
yet?
Maybe.
Not-
Yeah.
oh.
Just hanging out.
Just
you know,
hanging
having
out.
a good time.
Living the dream.
Making memories. Seeing me in a dress. Not everybody gets to do that.
Oh, can you tell them a story about that dress?
Which part?
Whatever part you want. It's your community moment.
Is Cat here?
Jason's gonna tell us when we have to
The
stop
other
talking.
cat, not my kitty cat. But she actually helped me pick a dress out of your dresses.
Yeah.
There was like I wasn't in theater, so there was like a wardrobe of dresses to choose from. And
Gold glitter,
Yeah.
blue, purple, sparkles, or yeah. Okay.
And that was actually winter solstice, right?
Yeah.
And I came here thinking we were gonna have an Oasis winter solstice. I just want to admit.
No, it wasn't.
That was not what I expected.
I was pleasantly surprised. It's okay.
Yeah. And then what's on the next one?
Oh, what's on the next one? Let's see.
Oh yeah, this year.
This year.
I was talked into being in charge of the table at Pride. So then I was there all day, every day at Pride. I lost my voice. I talked to so many people.
Yeah.
I literally had no voice. I can't even, yes. It was so exciting being there, interacting with so many different people. We had a lot of engagement. I was really surprised. There was points where we had like 12 people standing around the table just listening to one or two or three of us volunteers talk about how awesome Oasis is. And the way people would light up when you're like, it's a community center without the church. And they're like, what? Like this exists?
Is that a thing? Like,
Relationships
you're not
without
gonna ask me to
religion?
pray about
What?
something?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, and so Robbie and I were talking about this the other day because we were doing things where we watch people blow things up and hope they don't die. That was exciting. And so Robbie, I didn't know this, has experience. What was the door-to-door thing that you were doing? So you had tell me about that.
Okay, so I used to work for Save the Children as a paid a paid fundraiser.
Yeah.
Grassroots Campaigns Incorporated.
Yeah.
So they actually teach you like how to get people's attention and give you their money. Like that's what you do. So when I was doing Oasis tabling, I used what I learned from them to draw people in, like have a hook.
So, and Denise sends me this text of 7 pages worth of email addresses that Robbie had gathered of people who wanted to sign up for the newsletter. And I'm not talking like line by line, people writing in pencil. Thank goodness for ChatGPT, because I'm like, can you translate these into real letters that are on the computer? And it did a pretty good job. And then I just checked it.
If you don't know about ChatGPT, know about it.
Oh,
take the time.
that'll be the next community moment for us.
sure.
Okay. But yeah, 7 pages of people who voluntarily gave us their email addresses. That alone should tell you what a good job Robbie did. So what was some of your takeaways from, other than having fun and losing your voice, like, would you do it again?
Oh, for sure.
Why?
I don't know that I want to be in charge of the table again, but I want to be there.
But you'd be at the table,
Yes.
but why?
I just love the engagement. I love talking to people, like one-on-one. No offense.
Not this.
Yeah, no
We love you,
offense.
but no. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's fantastic.
So we're looking for a tabling volunteer for next year.
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Yeah.
All right, so I do want to say I did a special thanks to the following people for helping me feel special and welcome. The Mendons, of course.
The Mendons.
Absolutely.
Woo woo.
All,
She stuck her tongue out at you, Robbie.
all of the Julies.
All of the Julies. There's 3 or 4 of us.
Manning, especially, and Will, of course. 2 of my favorite people. Ramalina makes me feel super special, not gonna lie.
Oh, she's here.
Sarah, the best acting president ever.
No, she's the real president now.
Oh, nobody told me it's
no,
real
no,
now.
she's the real president now. I can fix that so fast.
I even put acting in quotes because you always say, I'm the acting president. Denise, who apparently had surgery. I did not know about that. Hope she heals well. And Jason and Amy, whose hugs always make me feel warm inside. So thank you for giving me your ears, and I hope you enjoy and feel as welcome as I do at Oasis.
Is that it? We're good? Yay, Robbie! Ah, we love Robbie so much. Thank you for having us here.
I don't know what to do with this. Just drop the mic? No. Mic drop.
Yeah. Mic drop. Yeah. All right. And I think we're going to have a coffee break, but really what I took away from the community moment is the be accepting, be accepted part of our mission statement is like the embodiment of Robbie's experience here, I think, really, and mine, and I know a lot of people probably relate to that, so I'm glad that this community exists. So we are going to do a coffee break now, so go out there and introduce yourself to someone that you've maybe never met before. Oh, yeah. Daniel Simon is here for the first time in, I guess, forever. So if you see him out there, definitely introduce yourself, say hi. Also, be sure to check the televisions that we have out there above the doors in the lobby for announcements. And then we'll see you all back here in about 20 minutes as soon as I get this. Whoops. One, blast off. All right, okay. Okay, so I guess there's a few more people filtering in, finding a seat, but I'd like to welcome back up the partial, I guess, cast of the Alice in Wonderland to share some more musical talent with us today.
I'll steal somebody else's. They're taking their mics, so I'm going to steal somebody else's for a moment. So, hi guys, welcome back. Further down the path, Alice encounters the 2 of hearts, the 5 of hearts, and the 7 of hearts, all frustrated at their assignment to paint all of the white roses red.
When they shuffle the deck, you place cards that you get. Put your poker face on, pretend you're not woebegone. You might end up discarded, but don't be broken-hearted when you're painting the roses red. Cut the cards, place your bets, but hold them close to your chest. Don't let kings, queens, jacks make you feel second best.
Just pick up the slack now.
Don't kneel when I check now.
When
We're
you're
painting the roses red. Oh, they might think we're just a bunch of crazy apes. But I can tell you we're the greatest of greats. Though we'll always be demoted, let's face it, we're outvoted by kings and queens and jacks so fine. We love to bid them each a fond farewell and goodbye.
So don't be a chump now.
When you're painting the roses red. Oh, they might as well go fish, cause we'll do as we wish. When we're painting the roses red. When we're painting
the roses.
What are you rummies up to?
Painting the roses red.
All right, thank you all. And next, we're going to bring up our featured speaker. But before we do that, we're going to do our disclaimer here. So our program is designed to generate conversation and engage our powers of reason, not as a forum to start debates. The following presentation has been prepared by our speaker and not by KC Oasis. So please respect the views of the speaker, and if you have any questions, there's going to be a Q&A portion at the end, and I'm sure John will be staying around to maybe answer some questions in the lobby after as well. I'd like you to give a warm welcome to John Mueter. He is a pianist, vocal coach, educator, and writer living in Kansas City. He is now currently retired. He was formerly on the faculties of the UMKC Conservatory and the School of Music at KU, as well as participating in various summer music programs all over the world. He has over 45 short stories and poems published in many different journals. A collection of stories and poems, Last Days, was recently published by Amazon. So let's welcome welcome back, actually, John Mueter, because you've been here before. I know that.
So how do I? Oh, yes. How do I work this slide? Yeah, okay. So Alice in Wonderland is actually somewhat appropriate to this. Many travelers have said traveling to India is like going to another planet. It is something so very, very different. I'd like to ask first, how many people have been to India here? Nobody? Wow. Oh. Great. So, why did I go to India? And I'm going to talk about the experiences I had living in India from 1974 to 76. This is exactly 50 years ago. So this is not an up-to-date travelogue by any means. I had just come back from living in Germany for 5 years, came back to the States, was living in Hartford, Connecticut. And while I was in Germany through friends, I was introduced to Hindu culture and especially Indian classical music, and I'm a classical musician. So Indian classical music totally blew me away. I was so fascinated with it, I thought I have to go to the country where they make music like this. I had nothing else going on. So as I remember, I think I wrote a letter to the American Embassy. There was no internet in those days, of course, and asked about names of schools, and wrote a letter to this school, Kodaikanal, in South India, and they needed somebody to replace a teacher who was going on sabbatical to teach high school German and music, the two things I could do. So I went down to New York City, had an interview with the principal of the school, Frank Jayasinghe, who was Sri Lankan actually, and I came to this situation at a cusp in their whole existence. It had been a school founded for the children of missionaries in India, and that wasn't working anymore because the Indian government was no longer giving visas to missionaries. They finally wised up that these missionaries were kind of undermining their own culture. So they started taking children from the diplomatic corps, and there were kids whose parents were in the Middle East, working in oil, and this school had a very good reputation. So, and there were some wealthier Indian kids who were there, but it was mostly Western kids. So it was changing over in order to survive. So I, at that point, was a nominal Christian, and I told Frank Jayasinghe that, I had been brought up as a Lutheran, I had gone to Lutheran school, I was no longer a church-going Christian, but, I knew all about the tradition. And he said, "You're exactly the kind of person we want at this point." Great. So I went to London. I don't know how I ended up there, but waiting for my visa to come. And there was a while, and I got all my shots and boarded the plane. I was so excited. This is like the most exciting place I'd ever been. And the plane was not a direct flight. It stopped, went from London to Rome, to Athens, to Beirut, to Tehran, to New Delhi, to Bombay. Whoops. So finally, I arrived in Bombay, now called Mumbai, and was put up in a hotel in a town called Juhu Beach, which is a resort town on the ocean. Threw my luggage in my room and went to the ocean to see India, and the impressions I had on that very first afternoon are some of the most lasting impressions. It was the monsoon season, so there were these billowing clouds in purple and gray and pink, and so many people on the beach, the women in their beautiful saris and jasmine in their hair, and every imaginable thing was going on. The street vendors, and there was a sadhu buried in the sand with his hand just sticking up. I was like, what? And donkey rides and all these, and some American Hare Krishna people. The Indians ignored them because they didn't think they were genuine. I thought, wow, this is India. And it remained true for the whole time. India is a country of contrasts and of color and chaos, and every possible thing is happening there. So I went a plane the next day, then we finally ended up in Madras, which is now called Chennai, and there was a bus waiting to pick me up, a van, I should say, and some students. And so Kodaikanal is actually a resort town. It's called a hill station. and it's the only hill station in India that was founded by Americans. All the other hill stations were founded by British, because as they began to take over India, and remember that India became the jewel in the crown of the British Empire, working in India during the heat of the summer was just impossible because it's just hot, really hot. So they established all these hill stations where they could go. The whole government of India would go up to Shimla in the Himalayan foothills. Darjeeling is another famous hill station. So there are quite a few of them around. And in South India, there are also several. This is the only one founded by Americans in 1901. And the school was founded and had a big Baptist and Lutheran contingent. So that's why they had a big music program and why they offered high school German as a language. I mean, it sounds very unlikely, but there it was. I arrived there and was very, very excited. Everyone was very nice to me. So finally, I got the lay of the land, and there was this very conservative contingent that had been there, whose parents had been involved with the school, and then their children went to school there, and some of them were very conservative. And then there were the other Christians, and who I learned to admire and love, who were very open and kind and caring and wonderful. So I began teaching. I found out there were other musicians there. There was a young violinist who had just graduated from the Toronto Conservatory. There was another pianist. There was a violist. There was a violinist and a wonderful bassoon player who was a student. And so we made music. We gave 2 concerts a year. And the Westerners, there's very little Western music in India. I think there's no radio station that plays Western music. They have their own music. They're not interested in Western music. So these Westerners were starved to hear classical music. So we had the most appreciative audiences. I mean, it was really a thrill to play for them. So the first slide that we have up there, this is the entrance to the school, which is very beautiful. Kodikadal is at 7,200 feet, which is quite a high altitude. That's at 5 degrees from the equator. So the environment is called high altitude jungle. So very lush vegetation all around. Things blooming all the time, and as I lived there 2 years, I know there was a rainy season and a dry season, so there was a difference. You get kind of tuned in. And I really missed the change of seasons. You don't realize how much that's a part of you till you're away from it. There was no autumn really, there was no spring, there was no summer. It was just lush and green all the time, except it was rainier sometimes than others. The temperature was always wonderful. It was in the 70s or 80s. It never got really, really hot. On the plains below, it could be well above 100 degrees. And we were in 82 degrees. It was great. Sun was very, very strong. Had to be careful. There was no pollution, so at nighttime, the stars, it was just amazing. We don't see that anymore. We live in cities. We see very little, and it looked very different. I don't know much about the constellations, but I know it looked a lot different. It just blew my mind every time I would take a walk at night. And I remember once we even did a hiking tour, midnight hiking tour. It was absolutely wonderful. So next slide, please. So this is a bird's eye view of the lake. This is a man-made lake. They dammed it up on one side. And you could walk around the lake. It's about an hour walk. And this is the school compound. We were about, I think, nearly 200 students and teachers altogether. It was kindergarten through 12th grade. And they offered all kinds of things. Now computers, computer knowledge and class is a very big thing. That wasn't true then. Next slide. This is the chapel. I tried to be a good sport, and I went to church once or twice, and it was so boring. I just thought, I can't do this, so I stopped going. They asked me to play for their services now and then, and I did. I loved the pastor. He was a great guy. He lived in North India and ministered to a Christian community that was actually in a Muslim majority town, and he lived with them, and he appreciated his Muslim neighbors and treated them as equals. Next slide. So South India. India is a subcontinent. It is as big as all of Western Europe. So when we think that Western Europe, look how many languages it has, and look at India, people say, oh, so many languages. Well, it's a big place. There's basically a north-south divide, as there is in many countries, like in the United States, Italy, between north and south, Germany, Bavaria, and the north, very different cultures, different ways of thinking. North India has a very different history. It was invaded by the Mughals, Persians, in 1523, and they took over most of northern India. So, and their culture was absorbed into the Indian culture. So their cuisine is very different. Their food is different. The music is different. In the north, you have sitars and tablas. In the south, you have the veena, which is kind of like a sitar, only has a much bigger belly to the instrument. And the drum is the mridangam, which is a two-sided drum that they play. And they don't sing in Sanskrit. They sing in Tamil or in Telugu. The major language and culture is Tamil. And Kodaikanal, there's a mountain range that runs north-south. And on the western side is Kerala, very lush palm trees and all of that. And to the east of that is kind of semi-arid, not nearly as lush. Tamil, they're very proud of their culture. They feel they are one of maybe the oldest still existing culture and language in the world that is still spoken. So it goes back maybe 4,000 years. So their theory is that the Tamils existed in all of India, and then the Aryans invaded from the north and pushed them further to the south. There are still some remnants of Tamil-speaking cultures in North India and in Afghanistan. How did they get there? So that's why they think that the Tamils were there first. I sat in on the Tamil class. Of course, they taught Tamil and Hindi, because there are a lot of Hindi speakers, and Sanskrit. We had a Sanskrit teacher in the school. How many high schools have a Sanskrit teacher? So I sat in on the Tamil class, and next slide, please, and learned the alphabet, which is, I've forgotten nearly all of it now, but I was quite fluent and I could read all the signs. So when I traveled, I could see where all the trains were going and the buses were going to. I could read all the signs on the shops and everything, and it was very interesting to do that. Tamil, like Sanskrit, has basic symbols for the consonants, and they all have an embedded a to it. So every consonant, ta, la, ka, ra. And if you want a different vowel, then you put a little different symbol to it. Sanskrit does the same thing. There are no large and small letters. You only get one letter for every sound. That's the way it is. And so there is no cursive script. You cannot write joining all the letters together. Everything it's just one letter after another. And this is true for most languages in Asia, I think. So the Latin alphabet is kind of a minority. The Russian alphabet also has a cursive and majuscule and minuscule letters to it. India, South India, this is a gopuram, which is a tower of a temple, and most temples have maybe half a dozen or more of these incredibly, this is India. Everything is like, wow, lots of color. Not all the temples have painted or have repainted their towers, their gopuram, because imagine the expense and the skill it would take to do all of this. if you traveled down the mountain from Kodaikanal, where we lived, the next biggest town was Madurai, which is an ancient temple town, and there is the temple of Sri Meenakshi, who was a consort of Shiva. And everyone loved to go there, even the Christians, because it was so fascinating. There's something, so India is like, there is a veneer of Western culture, but beneath that there's this very vibrant, real ancient culture that still exists, and whether you're into the spiritual part of it or not, you still feel it. And I remember being the first time we went down to that temple, and we sat in the courtyard, and there was a procession, and there were people with torches, and they were chanting some ancient mantras, and there was a temple bull all dressed up, and the women in their saris and everything, and I felt like this could be 1,000 years ago. It was like that. Next one. So this is the inside of the temple, and these temples are enormous, and there's usually a what they call a tank, which is like a not a pond, but a pool of some kind, and people do the ritual bathing and all of that. Westerners are not allowed in some temples, and no temple, non-Hindus are not allowed in the holy sanctum. So when they're doing whatever they're doing, you can see it from outside, but you can't go in. So on my first, I think my first Christmas vacation, I went back to Europe, went back to Germany. But my second one, I mentioned to someone that I was going to travel in North India, and it'd be great to go to the Himalayas. And they said, well, we know someone who's arranging a trek in the Himalayas. And there was someone we have a sister school, Woodstock School, in North India, in a hill station called Mussoorie. Sounds like Missouri, but it's Mussoorie. So I was in touch with him, and this guy, he was a teacher there. He had done it before. He knew how to arrange everything. This was really just such a wonderful thing, for me to just, latch up with these guys. So we were about a dozen of us, and he bought all the train tickets, and he knew how to rent all the equipment. So we went overland to Nepal. And I remember the bus going up. There's a range of mountains before the Himalayas, the Siwalis, and you're going up on the bus, going up and up and up, and suddenly you get to the peak, and there is the Himalayas, and there you can see the Mount Everest on one side, and just snow-capped peaks, just absolutely breathtaking. And then we went down into the Kathmandu Valley, and we had to rent. This was December, by the way, kind of a crazy time to go hiking in the Himalayas, but actually it was pre-monsoon time, so that was the important thing. So we had to take all our food with us, because along the way these villages in Nepal are very poor. They have nothing to sell, and we had our tents. So we had porters. I don't know, maybe a dozen porters who carried our tents and all that stuff, and we had to carry our own gear with us. And we had 2 Sherpa guides who knew the way. So we went, so it was kind of up and down, it'd be, 3 hours up and then 2 hours down, and just up and down. Then you go into another valley, next slide please, and you have a completely different vista. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw. And we stopped our last camp was at 14,000 feet, which is halfway up Mount Everest, and that was the floor of the valley. And from the floor of the valley were these snow-capped peaks around it. And there was a little industry there. The Swiss had taught them how to make cheese from yak milk. So there was a little cheese factory there in this valley. So as we continued, I remember, yes, it was December. It was well below freezing during the night. We had, down sleeping bags and down this and down that, and it was really, really cold. I remember that. During the day, it would warm up because the sun was so strong. It was nice. Of course, bathing, there was really, if you wanted to bathe, there's, a glacier effect. fed stream that you could bathe in if you wanted to, which, once in a while we did. So we were on our way back. We met these other travelers who came down from an even higher valley, Gosekund, supposed to be very beautiful lakes and everything. And they said it was so cold, and because of the elevation, it would take 20 minutes to boil the water for a cup of tea, and by the time it steeped, it was frozen. So I thought, I don't know if I want to go up there. By that point, I had kind of maybe enough of the whole thing. So there was one member of our party who had to get back to Delhi earlier. So 3 of us broke off, and we went from village to village where you could pay them a little money, and they would let you sleep on the floor. And we were warned about altitude sickness. And the altitude can make you crazy. I mean, you lose your normal, rational behavior. And if you become frightened, or you think you've lost the group or something, sit down and stay calm. And that did happen to me once. I thought I was, lost the group, and I felt this panic coming over me, and I managed to sit down. So with these 2 other guys, we were making our way back to Kathmandu and going down, and we had been, really traveling hard and trekking, and it was late afternoon, and I sat down on the side of the road, and I said, "I'm finished. I'm done. I'm not taking another step. I'm not going anymore." I mean, it was crazy. It was altitude sickness. So this other young woman who was with us, she was, I think, a PE teacher, and she realized what was happening, and she, said, "No, you have to go on. The village is not far. We're almost there. We'll be there. I'll help you along." I said, "Nope, I'm not going. I'm done." And I thought about it later. That was completely crazy. I mean, if I had stayed there, I would have frozen to death during the night. So she managed to get me, further down. We went to the village. Some other memories that I have. We split up, and I was taking the bus back into India. And so the border crossings are not like, even between one Indian state and another, there's like a mile of no man's land. There's this border, and then there's that border. And so, and you have to take all your luggage with you, either hire porters or whatever, or you schlep your way down. It's not very convenient. So the excuse me, the person was looking at my visa, and he said, "Oh no, this visa is not valid. This is not good." And I said, "That's not possible. I had this done, in the office of my school, blah blah blah." And he kind of went on, and eventually he stamped my visa. I realized later, I was very naive. He was trying to bakshish, money. They'll try anything, And I was so naive that I didn't play along, and he realized I wasn't going to play along with him, so he finally let me go. But that's how India works. There's just a lot of corruption, everything. If you want anything done, sometimes you wonder, the country is so chaotic, nothing works. It seems that nothing works, and nothing is organized, but somehow it does work. I remember I went back 25 years later, 1998, and again in 2000. And I wanted to go, I revisited Kodi, and I wanted to go to Kerala, and I knew there was a road that went over the mountains and went down to the west coast. And I asked one of the travelers, and said, "So how do I do that? Is there a bus that goes?" "Oh, no, you have to go down to Madurai, then you have to take the train, then you have to take the bus." And others, "Oh, no, you have to go north to Bangalore, and then you have to take a bus." And I thought, nobody knows what's going on here. So I thought, surely in India there are buses that go from one town to the next town. I'm just going to follow my instincts, and I took a bus to the next town, and it worked. And it was the most wonderful trip, going over the hills. So this is the Nilgiri Hills, or the Palani Hills. So there were coffee plantations on the west side, and then on the east side it's tea plantations, because they have different needs of sun and moisture. And the tea plantations are very neat because they pick the leaves off of them. And there were also on the top of the mountain, there's a wild game reserve. You can go be with elephants. Munnar is called. I wish I had done that, but I didn't. And I remember on that trip, and coming down the mountain to Kerala, it was actually Christmas Eve, And we came into the next town, and of course it's 90 degrees, even though it's 10 o'clock at night, and everybody's outside. People live outside, and there's music playing, and there's some guy dressed up as Santa Claus, and there are palm trees, and they're all so weird and so fascinating at the same time. When I went back, this is 25 years later, I did not like it at all, and the thing that really got to me was the noise. There's blaring loudspeakers, there's the mosque blaring loudspeakers, there's the bazaar loudspeakers, and everybody drives all these buses with their elbow on the horn all the time. So it's just a constant racket, and you can't escape it. And one of my hotels was next to the bus station, I remember. It went on till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then 5 o'clock in the morning it started all over again, and you just can't get it. It just drove me nuts. So when I was younger, I could deal with it, but when I was older, not so much. But still, India is a country that most people have a love-hate relationship to. It's so fascinating and so beautiful and so wonderful, but it's so crazy and so chaotic and so difficult, and the poverty, you can't avoid the poverty. People live on the streets. You really see people who are starving. And it really gets to you. You have to learn how to turn it off. If you reacted emotionally to every beggar that you saw, you couldn't do it. There are people who get there, get off the plane, have a look around, and get on the next plane, going somewhere else, because they just can't deal with what they see in India. So I will never go back. I'm immunocompromised, and India has every disease known to man, and then some. So it would be a very bad idea for me to go back, and I have no desire anymore. And the last time I was there, I kind of felt I would never be there again, but I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity. Oh, well, one other thing. Do I have a little time left? Speaking of the whole teaching at a Christian school that was becoming an international school, they offer the international baccalaureate. So if you got a high school degree, you could go on to a university in Europe or in the States. So that was a very good thing. So the seniors 1 year asked me to play for their baccalaureate service. They had a special church service, and I was honored to do it. And I played for them. And there was a missionary who was a pastor who gave the sermon. And one of his sons was in my German class. Very nice kid, really, really liked him. But somehow the word must have gotten around that I did meditation and I had a guru, which was kind of true at that time. I wasn't really so much interested, but I did meditation. And this to them is, impossible, So in his sermon, he said something like, and you follow Jesus, and you don't need meditation, and you don't need a guru. And he looked at me and everything. Probably no one else realized it, but he was misusing. I felt I was so offended that he would misuse his position to do that, to scold me from the pulpit. That there was an open door next to me, and I thought, I could pick myself up and just get the hell out of here. But no, I wouldn't do that to them. So I regret that I did not confront him and say, you make assumptions. You do not know about my life. You don't know anything. How dare you misuse your position to scold me like that? But I didn't do that. So eventually, now the school is almost exclusively Indians or Asians. There are Koreans and Japanese. It's probably very expensive, I should think. It's still a very, very good school. And so it's a very, very different place. So more power to them. So that's all I have to say. So I'll be glad to hear questions.
All right. So we have some time for questions. I see some hands up here. So David, I saw you first.
Oh, just an oddball question. I have been to a lot of Indian restaurants, and I always want to know how the authentic cuisine compares if you've actually been in country and had the real experience.
Yeah. The thing about Indian food is that any meal has many, many different things. You have your rice, and you have curry, this kind of curry, and that kind of curry, and you have a chutney, and you have a this, and you have a that. So you may have, 8 or 9 different dishes. So in these restaurants, you have to order everything separately, so it gets kind of pricey, I think. My favorite is, I think it's on Antioch Boulevard in Overland Park. It's called Ruchi's, and they used to have a buffet, and there you could have, sample everything. So I usually avoid. I think the food is pretty authentic. It's not nearly as spicy, as it would be. I mean, in India, it is. I mean, you want spicy food? My God. I remember the Sanskrit teacher, who was a Brahmin, very, very fine gentleman. He invited a few of us over to dinner, and he made a vegetarian curry because all the Brahmins are vegetarian. And his wife served us the meal and hovered in the doorway. Of course, she did not eat with us. She eats in the kitchen by herself. And he said, I know you're not used to so hot. So we made that so hot. And I took the first bite and nearly fell off my chair. It was like, whoa, this is the not so hot variety. What's the hot variety like? So it's really, really hot. So they take that into consideration. Unless you ask them, then they will put more into it. But Indian food is like everything else in India. It's a lot of everything, and it's going to be very colorful and very, very interesting all the time. There are many different cuisines in northern India. So it's interesting to sample them. And another thing about India, no matter where you went, the food was going to be great. I've never had a bad meal in India. You maybe didn't want to look in the kitchen. You didn't want to know what was going on there. But the food was wonderful. Even and every railway station had a vegetarian and non-vegetarian restaurant because there's so many vegetarians around, which was great for me because I was a vegetarian.
John, how did your experience in India impact your life?
Well, I think that everyone should have the experience of living in a third world country. We are so spoiled living here in the West. We have everything. We are so well taken care of. We don't realize that in so much of the rest of the world, people live in dire poverty and hunger. And when you've really, I remember, I think it was the first day we left Kodi, went down to Madurai, and this woman came up to our taxi and begging, and I looked into her eyes and I saw hunger. I had never seen that before. She really was starving, and I gave her a lot of rupees, and my colleagues were like, that's a little too much, you don't give that much. But being confronted with real poverty, I think that changed my life and made me so much more appreciative of our lives here. And knowing that people think differently in other cultures, and India is about as different as you can get.
I read that the Hindus have 6 million gods. I was wondering, have any of them become superfluous over the years?
Well, the thing about all the gods and goddesses, they are different manifestations of Brahman. So they're not different gods. And people will have their own particular favorites. People be into Krishna, or they're into Shiva. And they might go to temple and, do a puja to Shiva, walk out of the temple and buy, a trinket for Durga, so they're not exclusive to each other. That's what people find so bewildering about Hinduism. It's not a monotheistic religion. There are many different manifestations of the divine.
All right. I guess if there's no other questions, John, will you be available in the lobby after if you feel like approaching him?
Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Oh, I want to say one more thing. Some of you know the reason why I'm hobbling around like this. I had major back surgery, and just as I was recovering from that, I twisted my knee and broke a cartilage or whatever, something, and I heard something go pop when that happened. So it was kind of serious. So now I'm getting injections for that, and hopefully it will take care of it. So I went out of the frying pan and into the fire, basically.
Excellent. Well, thank you again, John. I think we all appreciate that.
Oops.
All right. Okay, so, oh, whoops, I hit the button a bunch, didn't I? Whoops. There we go. Questions there. Sorry, I was trying to help out there. Okay, so I guess we're going to bring up our musical guests one more time, but before they get back on stage, I want to remind everybody that Kansas City Oasis is a 501c3 nonprofit run solely by donations and volunteers. So if you like the topics, the music, please consider donations through kcoasis.org, or you can donate on Venmo. Remember, recurring payments are kind of the most helpful for us. Just kind of gives us an idea of where we're going to be at. So I would love to welcome back up the cast of Alice in Wonderland for one more song.
We just want to thank you guys for allowing us to come and perform for you guys today. We do have one last song to share with you, but before I get them started on that, we do want to invite everyone to come and see our performances. We are performing at the Raytown South Performing Arts Center, July 18th through 27th, so it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you are welcome to go online to raytownmoarts.com to get tickets. So, for our final song for you today, near the end of her trip through Wonderland, Alice encounters the Queen of Hearts, a very loud and demanding monarch with the tendency to shout, "Off with their heads." And some reason, this monarch bears a striking resemblance to Alice's mother.
Who puts a snap in our cap? Who puts a sting in our singing? Who makes us feel like we're such a big deal? Who reigns supreme with her high self-esteem? Her Majesty, the Queen.
That would be me. Hit it, boys.
She's the Queen of Hearts. Look out, she's coming. Queen of Hearts. She's got it humming. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, she's the Queen of Hearts.
I'm the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, looking red and looking smart.
I'm a work of art.
She's the queen of everything that sets her apart. She's the Queen of Hearts. She's the Queen.
I'm such a card.
So serene.
Life in my kingdom's extremely hard.
Why it seems
So don't let down your guard.
there's no one like a queen.
She's the queen.
She's the queen.
She's the queen.
She's the queen.
I'm the queen. She's the queen.
She's the queen. She's the queen.
I'm the queen. Isn't it obvious by now? I'm the queen.
Her majesty and neck blown apart.
I'm the queen.
A monarch you will never outsmart. She's the queen. She's the queen. She's the queen of hearts.
The queen of hearts.
The queen of you and me. You'll find it best to agree. She's the queen.
I'm the queen
of hearts. Then don't you know that she's the Queen of Hearts?
Off their heads.
Well, thank you all for sharing your musical talent with us today, and definitely be sure to check them out July 18th through the 27th there. This is a great sneak preview. Thank you all for sharing that with us. All right, so we're going to do our after lunch location at the Graffaloon on the plaza, so you can continue the conversation we started here today with other Oasans. It's convenient. On-street parking is available through the plaza. There's several free parking garages within walking distance, and the address written up there for you if you want to take a screenshot or something of that real quick. Next thing here before we head to lunch, take a few minutes to take a look around. This is again, great volunteer opportunity each week. So please see if there's any tasks in the lobby that are marked on the need help section, or if you want to sign up for coffee, to pick up donuts, there's plenty more things that we can do, or that you can do for us. So see the Sign Up Genius linked on our Facebook private group page. And if you're not on that private group page, find somebody with a yellow lanyard or another member, and I believe you have to be invited to that. And our next Sunday gatherings is going to be a lot of fun. We will hear from a fringe performer, indie author Scarlett D. Jones, on a journey of self and singlehood. Our musical guest will be Julia Wildstar, and our community moment from Sydney Moats. We want to thank our week's presenters. Whoops, sorry, there we go. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. John and Robbie and the cast from Alice in Wonderland, thank you for being here and tuning in online as well. And we will see you next week. So thank you all for coming out and sharing this experience with us. Oh, and one last thing. My experience, I've never been to India before, and I saw a lot of hands here that didn't get raised with that. If you ever get a chance or are invited to an Indian wedding, definitely go. But be prepared. It's like 3 days long, and you're going to need like tons of caffeine, and it is the most fun and colorful, wild experience you will ever have, and the food's fantastic. So that's my parting note. Have a great week.